Most people approach the Bible by starting on page 1. They read a few days, get lost in the sheer volume, and eventually give up. That frustration usually stems from an assumption that we're holding a single traditional novel with a straight line from the beginning to the end. But this is actually a compilation of 66 individual books, written by dozens of different authors in several languages over thousands of years of history. To find our way through it, we have to treat it like a physical library. Just like any building full of books, we need to know which section we're standing in to make sense of what we're reading. Getting the most out of the Bible isn't about reading it in page order. It's about recognizing the different styles of writing waiting on the shelves. Let's walk through the aisles of this library to see how these different sections work. This floor plan shows the layout. The massive wing is historical narrative, recording factual events. Next is law, a rulebook for ancient Israel. The central poetry and wisdom wing offers songs for hard times. The prophecy wing holds future messages. Finally, epistles are early letters. When you identify the genre first, the text opens up. Read a poem like a poem, and a letter like a letter, keeping the parts from feeling jumbled. Even when you know where the different aisles are, a 66-book library can still feel scattered without a way to connect them all. The Bible solves this using a roadmap called covenants. Think of these like high-stakes agreements acting as a relay baton, passing the story from one generation to the next. On this timeline, the story moves forward through these agreements, starting with Noah, passing to Abraham, then Moses, and finally King David. These act as connective tissue, linking different eras together and pointing the reader toward a future goal. Scattered along that path are those prophetic messages we saw earlier, acting as specific details describing exactly what that future goal looks like. These descriptions provided highly specific information, like a coming leader's birthplace and how he would die, centuries before those events actually took place. The Old Testament isn't just a collection of ancient stories. It is a deliberate, massive setup, building tension for a single, specific arrival. All of the history, poetry, and promises converge on a single section in the middle of the library, the Gospels. These are 4 unique accounts, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that document the life of Jesus. Jesus is the focal point for everything else we've looked at. He is the person who keeps all those historical agreements and matches all the specific descriptions recorded in the earlier books. The main story of the whole library is about God's kingdom coming to earth, and it turns out Jesus is the central character of that story. If you want to start, don't worry about starting on page 1. Go straight to the middle. Meet the main character in the Gospels first. Once you understand who he is, the rest of the 66 books will finally fall into place. Pick up a copy and start reading the book of Mark.